Okay, so for our discussion about the T-test, we talked about in standards and alignment, just making sure that what you're teaching is aligned with your standards, that you know what you're talking about, everything makes sense and is on the right track. For activities, make sure that the activities are in line with your standards, that they're engaging, that they're flexible, you have variations for kids who need them.
Age appropriate.
Age appropriate for your kids, yeah. Achieving expectations, make sure you have high expectations for your kids, but know who varies and who has different lower expectations, and just
like where
help
adjustments will be made.
Exactly.
Differentiating instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and make sure that you know and they know where they're at and helping them get there. For content knowledge and expertise, read your lessons ahead of time, know what you're talking about. If you have questions, ask them, clarify, don't just bumble around.
Practice.
And, yeah, practice before you do your lesson. Communication, be very clear with your communication. Try to answer all questions before they're asked, so that way there's less time wasted asking questions.
Ask questions.
Yeah, ask questions of your students, of other people. Just open communication everywhere. Be very clear when you give instruction, etc. Monitor and adjust. Similar to expectations, make sure you know what they are, see who's meeting them, who's not, and then adjust accordingly whether they need more assistance or more challenges. Classroom environment, routines, and procedures. We mostly talked about how these are already pretty much set for our kids. This is the second semester, so we're just kind of jumping into their routines and procedures. So just know what those are, establish them early. Ours are obviously already established. And just make sure you know what they are and don't try to change them too much. And then managing student behavior. Yet again, the classroom management plan is already in place, so make sure you know that and are consistent with that. You don't want to vary too much and change different consequences and whatnot. So similar to classroom management. And then goal setting. Make sure you know where they need to be. Set goals out loud. We want you to do this, and if you do this, then this happens, just so that it's very clearly communicated. That goes in hand with communication. These all really go hand in hand with one another to have a cohesive classroom, but that's the T-test. That's what we talked about.
And then breaking down the TEKS. So we have the cognitive rigor, the conceptual rigor, and the specificity. For the cognitive rigor, we wrote down represent all the way 4 times. I don't know if you can see or not, but. And then we have conceptual rigor, word problems involving addition 2 times, and then word problem involving subtraction 2 times on the bottom. Specificity. Specificity. I have your problem.
We're working on that word, Mrs. Smith.
Using concrete, a pictorial model, and then using number sentences, using concrete, a pictorial model, and then using number sentences. Just in case if you need to. We will definitely send you a picture of this too.
Okay. And then as far as breaking down the strand, the knowledge and skills, and the student expectations, the way that we did that is for the strand, we put numbers and operations. For the knowledge and skill, we put the student applies mathematical process standards to develop and use strategies for whole number addition and subtraction computation in order to solve problems. And the student expectations is represent word problems involving addition and subtraction of whole numbers up to 20 using concrete and pictorial models and number sentences. And we will also scan and send this part 2 as well. And I think
That was our meeting.
That was our meeting.
Thanks.